Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to episode number 6 of ShowTheFlowTV. Today is Way Deep Wednesday. What that looks like, guys, for really the next several Wednesdays at least. We're gonna look at some things I would call success principles that are a little bit deeper than maybe surface level. I thought it would be really cool to just put Erin on the spot. She's sitting right here next to me.
Hi.
What role do you think, like, the way that we changed our thinking has? Like, what does that have to do with our success?
Well, it has a lot to do with it, just because when you start, thinking positive and thinking that things are going to be, going the right way, it does. It just starts flowing that way. And, if you think negative or think bad, that's what's going to happen. So as long as, if you're thinking positive and pushing toward doing the right thing and just your thoughts, you think positive things are going to happen. It's common sense.
Guys, that's so true. I mean, it really is that simple. I love, when Erin said that things will really just begin to flow.
You already got me on there.
Alright guys, so I've got Kenan here once again with me, and we talked a little bit on Success Saturday about Kenan kind of having a transformation of success, increasing his income drastically since Radio Shack. Like, it's so weird, like, this whole idea of, like, success. And look, it's not about going to college and getting some education. No. Like, you almost can't teach somebody necessarily. Like, think of it this way. It's like vision, right? Vision can't be taught, it has to be caught. It's something like a virus almost that you catch from being around people that have it. Yeah. And so Kenan came into my life for real right about the time that, like, my thoughts started to change about success, about life. And it was really cool, I think, for me to have somebody that I could, like, talk to during this time, and that was Kenan. And so, he kind of came in during that time. So what we're wanting to do is we're wanting to talk about a very, very deep subject, but make it as less weird as we possibly can. Yeah. There are these teachers that are out there, they call themselves like gurus, and they teach things like metaphysics, the idea of the law of attraction and stuff like that. And my problem is most of them are weirdos, and, like, they're just, like, I wouldn't want to hang out with them at all. Probably not. And I'm not sure, like, what kind of, like, real success that they've actually had. I don't know. But, like, just when you look at it, you're like, okay. So anyway, that's kind of like what we're wanting to do here, is just to have a conversation. And so I had Kenan bring this book. We've both been reading this. I've read it. I'm going to start it again. It's called Thoughts Are Things by Bob Proctor, Greg S. Reed. But Bob Proctor, you may have seen him on a film called The Secret, about the law of attraction. And again, Bob's kind of a different guy, right? I mean, he's not, just like a normal dude that I would hang out with or whatever. But the ideas and the principles in this book are incredible, so I suggest that you check it out. But let me give you the gist. What goes on in your mind is so powerful, because your thoughts will create inside of you emotions, and your emotions will lead to you taking some kind of an action, and those actions will produce results. So let's play out a scenario here. As a salesperson that you're supposed to go, cold calling or whatever, show up to a specific appointment to sell somebody something, but you have these thoughts of, what if they reject me? Fear of rejection, right? And so you have these thoughts, and that produces a fear, and that fear leads to an action of really inaction, where you don't even go and knock on the door. And so your results are, you didn't get a sale that day. So we can look at your results in life, and you can actually, like, trace it all the way back to the thoughts that you're having. So this isn't weird, this isn't spooky or spiritual or anything like that, even though there are some spiritual elements and stuff, but like what it really comes down to is very practically what you think about leads to emotion, which leads to action, which leads to results. So if you're not seeing the results in life that you want, it's because of the way that you're thinking. So how do you change what you're thinking? So that is kind of why we read these books like this. I'm an avid reader on this kind of subject, and I would say that that's the reason that Aaron and I have seen so much success in our business as far as growth and stuff over the past couple of years, is because we've changed the way that we think by cleaning out the bad and putting in the good. And so one of the things that I've learned through this whole process is the idea of awareness, and that's really why I brought Kenan on. So I'm going to just have Kenan kind of share a little bit about his experience, what that's looked like, and talk to us about awareness and the thoughts or things.
All right, so like whenever you go, like you buy like maybe a new car, say for instance you buy a Ford Taurus, and you start driving around, every day, day to day, all that stuff, and you just start noticing like everywhere you go, like you see people driving, your car, and you're like, it's like you've never really realized it before, but I mean there are a lot of Ford Tauruses out on the road. It's basically like, you're just like, you're aware, like, you're aware of, that particular car now because you have it, so it's like you see it all the time now. So I say that to say, I'd say probably like a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, I was taking pictures of this house, and I went into the, I guess the child's room. There was a crib in there, so I guess it was a baby, newborn baby. And the whole room was just decked out in elephants, right? And I don't know, I just thought it was really cool. So like they had this like, it was like a paper mache elephant, like, what do you call those things? Like a mount?
Like a piñata?
Like a mount?
It was
like like whenever they go hunt a deer and then they hang the head on the wall.
Ah, yeah.
But it was like one of those.
A severed head.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. But it was paper. It was paper mache, and it was an elephant, and it was hanging on the wall, and I thought it was the coolest thing I'd ever seen. And so like, after that, like after I shot that house, later that night I went home and I was like, man, elephants are pretty cool. I just started thinking about it. So I kind of looked up, I just kind of looked up things about elephants. I don't know, elephants are just really intelligent animals, and I just thought they were really cool. So basically, like, since that day, every single day, like, I usually take pictures and send them to him.
Yeah.
Every single day I've seen an elephant. Like, it's probably just because I'm aware of it, I don't know, but I see them every single day, and I've kind of adopted it as like my spirit animal or power animal. But yeah, since then I've kind of like started accumulating like elephant, like paraphernalia things. He got me this the other day. It's
hand carved from
carved.
Vietnam.
Marble.
Boom.
It's pretty rad. But yeah, I've started accumulating elephant things, like a painting that my friend Cheney painted, little, like, I don't know, like a little letter opener thing. I just, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, the thing is just being, so that's kind of like the first step, if you will, the idea of being aware. Because Kenan put in a little bit of time studying and kind of reading about elephants and looking them up just online, he attracted to himself, one could say, elephants. Now, whether or not you believe this, that he actually attracted the elephants or not, is irrelevant. Let's just say he became aware of the elephants. Either way, thoughts become things. So I've done like experiments. There's a really good buddy of mine, Matt, and we did a series of experiments over 21 days. One of the experiments that lasted for like a 48-hour period was to think about yellow butterflies, right? And it was in February. And so there's no yellow butterflies flying around Oklahoma in February, I promise. And so it was like 3 hours left, and he had saw no yellow butterflies whatsoever. He gets in the car to take his daughter to school or pick her up, something. And she gets into the car wearing a dress covered, guys, in yellow butterflies.
It's crazy.
Yellow butterfly print. Like, it's just insane. Now, if you take this thing a step further, check this out. You have control over what you think about. Well, Ryan, I always default to negative things and fear and doubt and unbelief. Okay, let me help you out with that. Like, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So if you surround yourself with people that are talking negative, thinking negative, and getting negative results, guess what? You're going to get also the same thing. Maybe you live somewhere on some, like, you know, Alaskan mountain range where it's only like you and your Eskimo family, and you're like, well, Ryan, I don't have other people to hang out with. Well, like, that's what I do. Like, boom, I pick up a book. I spend time with Bob Proctor and Greg S. Reed, you know, for a few hours reading a book. You know, I'm doing book review Tuesday every single week, and so now that's a challenge for me. I've got to read one book at least every single week, and normally I've got like 3 books going at a time, and you know, I don't finish them all at all. And so right now it's requiring me to read at least a book a week, and so what that does is you're spending time with the author. You know, whatever you put into your mind is going to dictate what you think about. Again, what you think about produces emotions. Because we're emotional beings, you will act on those emotions. You will get results based on the actions that you take. Now, what in the world does an elephant have to do with producing results in your life? Well, the study and the insight that he's gained from taking a look at one of the most intelligent animals on the face of the planet has affected him in ways to take steps of action, like resulting in, are you ready for this? Going from like an average of 2 or 3 houses a week that he photographs to last week 26 houses. Okay?
26.
I mean, we're talking like ridiculous return. So here's the thing. Like, we don't expect even for a minute for everybody to like believe this or get this. That's fine, whatever. But like, what we're wanting to do is just to share like where we're at, what we've seen, and what we've done. And to encourage you, if I can say nothing else, I'll say this. You have control over the results that you get in your life. And it's not based on your background, your education, your status in life, how young you are, how old you are, what physical condition that you're in. Because you see, all of those things are subject to change. All of those are. And the way that you control it, the reins that you have in your hand that control your life are your thoughts. If you change your thoughts, you can change your world. Thoughts are things. So hopefully we didn't make it super weird for you. I mean, you know, some guy obsessed with elephants, and you know,
they're really cool.
They are cool. I mean, but seriously, guys, you know, we're just a couple of normal dudes that have happened to kind of stumble upon this. I would almost call it a secret, maybe, that everybody doesn't understand. I don't really know. We've stumbled upon it and we've seen results from it. So thank you so much. I do want to end the program today with this. Tomorrow is Question and Answer Thursday. So if you have a question that you want to ask, it can be about whatever. We don't care. You know, our things we're passionate about are personal development and real estate photography. So if you have questions about that, just email me at wellsry@gmail.com. I'll put it up here on the screen, and get them to me right away, and I'll answer those tomorrow. I've already got some questions that have come in. I look forward to hearing from you guys, and that wraps up episode number 6. Come on now. Awesome. Thanks, Kenneth, for being on.
Yep, definitely.